All right, hello Marisa. Today we are here with our What I Wish I Knew Back Then interview series, but before we get into anything, I just wanted you to introduce yourself and to give us a little information about who you are and why you're here.
Okay, so I'm Marisa DiPaolo. I've been coming to Homework Helpers for about 4 years now. I'm an upcoming senior. I'm going to graduate in 2022. And I don't know, I feel like Homework Helpers was very helpful over the years.
Awesome. So have you thought at all about college, where you want to go, what you want to study?
I'm thinking the College of New Jersey, maybe Rutgers. I want to major in criminology and go to law. That's the hope.
Awesome. All right, so now we're going to get into the interview questions. My first question for you is, how did you choose which test you wanted to take between the ACT and the SAT?
So when I first came here to talk about the SAT and ACT, Josh had me take both tests and to see which one I liked better. I liked the format of the ACT better. Also, ACT had less math, so it appealed to me more. So that's how I was able to pick between the two.
Yeah. Awesome. And speaking of which, I wanted you to tell me a little bit about the first time you took the ACT or SAT. It could even be a practice test. How did you feel that day? What was going through your head? And if you can go back to that day and give yourself any piece of advice, knowing what you do now after all of this, what would it be?
First time taking the practice test, I was like, ooh, this is really happening. So it's like, it's definitely a big step and you realize it. And the best thing is just to remain calm and plan everything out.
Yeah.
And I have accommodations on testing. So something that's really good if you have accommodations is to follow up, especially with the ACT, the way they do accommodations. You have to you really have to follow up with when you hand in the paper, because my first test, I didn't get accommodations because somehow it got messed up in the shuffle of everything. So always follow up, make sure your accommodations are on your ACT or SAT profile, which you can find on the official website.
Awesome. That's some really good advice. It would have been nice to know that sooner, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know you've been coming to Homework Helpers for a while, so I was wondering if you could tell me about an ACT tip or strategy that you learned at Homework Helpers that you wish you knew sooner, or something that totally helped you wish everyone could know.
Timing is really key. So example is the science section. I always had trouble with finishing the science section. In my just most recent ACT I took, I was actually able to finish the section because my tutor told me that basically I should time myself and pace myself at about 6 to 7 minutes per section on the science section. A lot of section. So that really helped me, and I was actually able to get through the entire science, which was the first time for me, and I'm hoping that will help boost my score.
Yeah, definitely. Timing is so important. I'm so happy you learned that. Awesome. Okay. So, what is something that you were a little bit nervous about going into this test prep process that you think was resolved?
I was definitely nervous with the math section because I'm very good at school math, but because the math is so broad that it made me very nervous to be able to do it. And after a lot of practice, I start realizing a lot of the math questions are similar, just different numbers or different situations, but the overall outcome of the question is the same. So doing a bunch of different questions like that helped me get better with it and even quicker. So I was able to get through the test more.
Awesome. Yeah, math is not my strong suit, so I totally feel you. All right, and my last question for you. If you could go back and do all of this over again, what would you do differently and why?
So the packet that I got here was I got unlimited testing, so I can come in and take a test whenever I want of any section. And I don't think I utilized it enough. I probably could have. It may have helped me more. So I would definitely, if you're offered testing, take it. My schedule is really busy, so I scheduled test prep whenever I could make it myself. But if you're not overly barely busy, if there's one day you're always free, I recommend that you just schedule a practice that day with a tutor and then a test afterwards. because I always find that that's very helpful, and that doing it regularly will be able to like get you to understand and learn things more.
Sure. It's just like a sport. You gotta go to practice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Marisa. So now that we've reflected on a bit of your test prep process, what is your biggest piece of advice to students about to embark on this whole journey?
I would say to start earlier than later. It's a lot more helpful also because they only offer so many tests within inside of a year. So the earlier you get to start on, the more tests you can take to get a better score that you want. So that's very helpful. And just don't stress too much, and just put the work in, and the more work you put in, the better you'll do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marisa. We are so thankful for all of your advice. I know this is going to help so many people, and we wish you the best of luck in your senior year.
Thank you.
And we are so thankful that you've been such a great contributing part to Homework Helpers.
Homework Helpers has helped me a lot through the years, passing so many classes, so it's great.
We're so happy to hear that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.